Elias awoke to the sounds of life outside his guest house window. The sun streamed in, filling the room with a warm, golden light. Despite yesterday's challenges, Elias resolved to start anew. With fresh determination, he focused on his primary goal for the day, finding a better, more affordable place to stay, a true haven of comfort and affordability. Elias, invigorated by a new day, ventured into the lively streets of Alexandria, eager to leave the challenges of yesterday behind. The city buzzed with an eclectic mix of cultures and hues, reflecting its storied heritage. As he wandered, Elias was captivated by the architectural tapestry around him. Greek columns rose in elegance, flanked by imposing Roman arches and adorned with Egyptian carvings, each a piece of history etched in stone. Along his path, Elias encountered the city's historical landmarks. He glimpsed the ruins of the Serapeum, a reminder of the once great library of Alexandria. The Fort Kaipe, standing where the Pharos lighthouse once did, offered a blend of ancient and more recent histories. And the Roman amphitheater, tucked away in the heart of the city, hinted at a past filled with art and public life. The cacophony of Alexandria enveloped him, the rhythmic clatter of carts, the lively banter of bustling crowds, and the occasional donkey's bray. The air was rich with the aromas of street food, from sizzling meats to ripe, fresh fruits, each scent weaving into the vibrant tapestry of the city. With his stomach rumbling, Elias decided to combine his quests. The main market, a bustling hub of commerce and conversation, would be his destination. There, amidst the fragrant aromas of street food and the lively chatter of merchants, he could satisfy his hunger and, hopefully, gather valuable insights. At the market, he went to a small vendor selling a popular local dish called kashari. The blend of lentils, rice, and crispy onions was a symphony of flavors, a perfect embodiment of Alexandria's diverse culinary heritage. With the flavors of kashari still fresh on his palate, Elias braced himself for the task ahead. Moving through the bustling market, he scanned the faces of those around him. He looked for signs of intelligence and trustworthiness, for kind smiles and sincere eyes. Elias felt a twinge of social anxiety at the thought of approaching strangers, a challenge that had always daunted him. Yet, driven by necessity and a determination to overcome his fears, he took a deep breath and ventured forward. To his surprise and relief, Elias found the interactions less daunting than he had anticipated. Beneath the initial reserve of the people he approached lay a genuine warmth that gradually revealed itself. Conversations began to flow more naturally, and Elias felt his apprehension ebbing away. He was greeted with understanding and helpfulness, which boosted his confidence. As Elias interacted with the local merchants, several of them recommended Lorenzo, known for renting flats and being widely respected as a trustworthy and fair landlord. Guided by the directions of helpful stall owners, Elias navigated his way through the winding streets, each turn bringing him closer to what he hoped would be his new abode. The anticipation grew with every step, the prospect of finding not just a room, but a place he could call home in this mesmerizing city. Elias reached Lorenzo's house, standing impressively near the beach. Seeing the beautiful house brought Elias a feeling of relief. It looked like a welcoming place after his long journey. He hoped there would be a room he could afford in such a fancy house. Taking a deep breath of the sea air, Elias knocked on the solid wooden door. He waited, ready to meet Lorenzo and maybe start a new part of his life in Alexandria. The door opens, and he is greeted by a young woman around Elias's age. Her presence instantly makes him nervous. Elias, caught off guard by Miriam's presence, fumbles awkwardly with his words.
"Oh, hello, I'm here to see Lorenzo. I'm interested in renting a room." I'm Mariam, Lorenzo's daughter. He's not here right now, but should be back shortly. Please, come in.
Elias enters the house, still a bit flustered by Miriam's attractiveness. They sit in a small, cozy living area.
So, you're new to Alexandria? How has your first day been?
It's been overwhelming, to be honest. I've had some challenging encounters.
As Elias shares his experiences, Mariam listens empathetically, her genuine interest providing Elias a sense of comfort. Elias finds himself unexpectedly at ease as he talks to Mariam. Her empathy and understanding make the stresses of his first day in Alexandria seem less daunting. Just as Elias finishes sharing his experiences, the sound of the front door signals Lorenzo's arrival. Startled, Elias quickly stands up, a hint of nervousness coloring his expression as if worried about how his conversation with Maria might be perceived. He quickly composes himself and turns to Lorenzo, who has just entered the room. Elias, with a hint of anxious eagerness, explains,
I'm Elias. I'm looking for an affordable place to stay, and several merchants in the market spoke highly of you.
Lorenzo listens attentively, nodding in understanding.
Welcome, Elias.
Lorenzo responds warmly.
I do have a room available. It's 120 falls a month. Let me show it to you.
Lorenzo offers, leading Elias through the house. Elias follows Lorenzo, his mind racing over his budget. They arrive at a modest but noticeably more comfortable room than where Elias had spent the previous night. As he takes in the room, Elias feels a mix of relief and caution. The room's basic comforts are a welcome change, yet the rent is a significant portion of his remaining funds. He hesitates, weighing the stability and relative comfort of this room against the financial commitment it entails. Elias realizes that paying this rent would leave him with just enough money for food for 1 or 2 weeks. He understands that finding a job within this short time frame is crucial, otherwise he risks running out of funds. But he reassures himself with optimistic thoughts.
I'm sure I can find a job within 1 or 2 weeks. And at least with this room, I won't have to worry about finding a place to stay. Besides, other rooms might even cost more. This might actually be a sensible choice in the long run.
This line of thinking, coupled with the warm atmosphere Mariam created, ultimately sways his decision to rent the apartment.
I'll take the room. The price is a bit of a stretch for me, but I'm confident I can find a job quickly. And it's reassuring to know I have a stable place to stay. Thank you, Lorenzo.
After Elias expresses his decision to rent the room, Lorenzo responds with a welcoming tone.
Good. Welcome to my humble house. It's always a pleasure to provide a comfortable space for someone as determined as you.
They then proceed to shake hands, a gesture signifying the sealing of their agreement. Lorenzo retrieves a small, sturdy key and hands it over to Elias, saying,
Here's the key to your new room. I'm glad we could make this arrangement. If you need anything or have questions about Alexandria, don't hesitate to ask. I wish you success in finding a job swiftly.
Elias accepts the key, feeling a mixture of relief and responsibility.
Lessons learned. In this pivotal moment, Elias's decision-making is subtly swayed by the affect heuristic. Despite Mariam's kind and genuine nature and her lack of any intent to manipulate, Elias finds himself influenced by the emotional rapport he's developed with her. This emotional connection, pleasant as it is, inadvertently steers him towards accepting the room, overshadowing the practical considerations of the financial strain it imposes. Though Mariam did not aim to affect Elias's decision, the comfort and connection he feels with her end up playing a significant role in his choice. It's a common human experience to be drawn towards decisions that align with positive emotional interactions, even if those decisions might not be in our best interest financially or practically. To avoid being unduly influenced by this bias, Elias could have taken a step back to reevaluate the situation more objectively. It would have been beneficial for him to acknowledge his emotions, recognizing that his feelings towards Mariam might be impacting his judgment. Seek impartial advice. Consulting someone not involved in the situation could provide a more balanced perspective. Consider all factors, reflecting on all aspects of the decision, including financial implications and other available options. Take time, allowing himself some time away from the situation to think without the immediate influence of the emotional connection. By adopting these strategies, Elias could ensure that his decisions are based more on rational evaluation and less on the sway of temporary emotions, no matter how genuine they might be.